Okay, hello, good morning. Let's see, I made some reflections this weekend on the service, and I'm going to make a few changes. Like the embed thing in Notion didn't really work the way I hoped it would work. The experience wasn't really that good. And also I had this idea about having like a Firebase function that could like point to a URL which produced like an image in that function. But Excalidraw doesn't support node rendering. There are projects that are trying to do that with a project called Node Canvas, but I don't think I want to go into all of that, because at the end of the day, what Notion does is if it gets like a URL to an image or something, I think it just uploads it to its own server. I think. Or does it just keep the URL? Yeah, anyways. And also I thought about how I could actually make... and the other thing is like there's authentication in the picture there. So I think we can do this way more straightforward, which will also support... Like we can just add GitHub and then other people can do the same. With like readmes and issues and stuff like that. But to be able to do that, we first have to change something, because currently I'm just storing all the Excalidraws, but we have to store them behind the user. So we're going to do that, and yes, we're going to do that. Let's start with that. Okay, cool. So in our let's see, this is the dashboard. Oh, here we have navigation. Oh, we call it router. We should call this navigation. Navigation. Yes. And navigation. Okay. Is that all? No, this should be navigation. Navigation. Okay, cool. By the way, I also got some great feedback on React states related to typing and stuff. So there's going to be a new version of it. Nothing like important for what we're doing here, but yeah, it's a nice update. Cool. Let's see, navigation. Okay, so the way this needs to change now, we actually need like a user, like user ID, and then the ID. So we're actually going to store everything behind the user now. That will be private for now, because like in my experience, I don't really collaborate with people on Excalidraws. I just want them persisted. That's the thing I really want. So I don't have to worry about them being gone all the time. Having my local storage. So let's do that. User ID, open Excalidraw, and with open Excalidraw, we will also have user ID. Let's see. Yes, user ID is the data user ID. Cool. So on open Excalidraw, now we also have a user ID, which we're going to pass down to Excalidraw. Nice. Yes, and then we'll also pass down the user ID down to the... Cool. So now inside the Excalidraw, we actually have... Let's see, where's the component? A little bit unsure yeah, of course we needed to load the Excalidraw. Let's see. Firestore collection doc user ID collection. Okay, so this should be okay. We have Excalidraw's collection, and I guess we just need a users collection. Users. So first we go and grab the users collection. Sometimes VS Code is not keeping up, or did I? Yeah, I find that really weird. Or did I type it wrong? Oh, my bad. Okay, so we have the collection and the user ID, and then we have the actual Excalidraw collection, Excalidraw's collection, where we have the actual ID. Oh, cool. All right, that's good. Yeah, we need to do the same here. Like that. We also need to do the same here. Oops, what did I do? Yeah, and there's not going to be a read-only mode anymore, so we can remove that. But let's see. Okay, now we have this stuff, and now we need to, yeah, when we actually create it. So when we create it, we want to create it oh, we need the user ID here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay, I guess this is right here because this is related to the URL, and we might allow like opening someone else's Excalidraw, so we need to point to the right path. But in terms of creating an Excalidraw, we can just use auth here. Auth context user UID. Well, we're going to use the UID as the ID. Then we grab the Excalidraw's collection, and that's where we add it. And then we need to actually, let's see, this would be auth context user UID, and then we go to the ID. Cool. So now we should create an Excalidraw on the user ID behind the, so we can actually delete the current content, or we don't have to delete it. It can stay there in case there's something special, but let's see what happens now. Did I click it? Nothing happens? What the fuck? Oh, we don't have, yeah. We don't have, let's see. We don't have the error handler here. So we can do, I think we can do dashboard transform, and here we can actually say error. Let's just do a div here. It was an error. little bit unsure why this is yelling. Expected 1. Oh, did I type this wrong? Ah, that sucks. Yeah. It's supposed to be able to take like okay, doesn't matter. Let's do this. There we go. Missing or insufficient permissions. So that's what's happening. Let's make this like a P instead. And style color tomato. There we go. Missing or insufficient permissions. So we need to fix our database rules, and we're not going to do this code sandbox thing anymore. We are just going to say read write false. Is that how we do it? Firebase. Firestore rules. If this is all we want. So if you're logged in, that's okay. And then we want to match users and then user ID, Excalidraws, and then we'll just call that ID. Allow read write if request.auth.uid equals user ID. That's the one we want. So you can write and read. You can read and write to this path if you are the owner. Like if you are the logged in user of that path, then you can read and write it. So let's just test that. If I have users 1, 2, 3, Excalidraws 1, 2, 3, I'm authenticated. Doesn't matter what provider I am, but the UID should be 1, 2, 3. Run. Yes, I'm allowed to do that, but if I was logged in as someone else, I should not be able to do that. Cool. Yeah, but that's good. It's working. So if we go refresh again now, there we go. A bit of a cryptic URL, but I don't care. And now we are going to yeah, we're going to remove this read-only thing. Let's see. So we don't even have a state called read-only now. Let's see what happens when I remove that. Yeah, we can only move into the edit state. And read-only, there's really nothing here. We don't even have toggle read-only mode. That's gone. No, it's gone. Cool. Read only, don't care about you, sorry. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Yeah, and this is where we're actually going to, so what we're going to do, this is interesting. Every time the Excalidraw syncs and this spinner turns into a button currently, we're going to make this an image instead. And this image is actually going to hold the base 64 of the Excalidraw. So every time it saves, it produces an image for it. And then you'll be able to just click that image to copy it to the clipboard, or you can just drag the image and drop it into whatever application you will. That's Norwegian for want. You want to. And then rather that other service takes care of the authentication and the actual persistence of the image. But what this service is doing is making that flow super smooth, and it persists your editable Excalidraws. I think that's the best solution. It's the most flexible one because it just works with everything. We can have any kind of authentication into this solution. And yeah. So the only thing is like if you see, yeah, and we also want to add like a title to it so you can more easily find it. But yeah, so the only thing that's not ideal is that when you do copy that image over, like it won't automatically have the link back to the actual Excalidraw to edit it. So that's the only thing that's not ideal, is like you don't have that direct link back to editing it. But again, in my experience, you don't edit something. I don't know. That is something we just have to play around with, I guess. Okay, cool. So this is actually going to be an image. Let's remove this and then remove this. No read only. And in the Excalidraw canvas, we don't have read only anymore. Oops. This is nice. This cleans up a little bit. Oh yeah. It's so weird that they don't put the typing in the bundle when it's written in TypeScript and it doesn't have the typing. That's so weird. Cool. So I think we're there. And now the question is, how the hell do we get that image? And I hope they have exposed an API for that. And if not, that's going to be our stream today. It's trying to no. Doesn't seem like they have that. That sucks. Why don't they have on export backend? What the hell is this? This guy, when the shareable link button is clicked in the export dialog. Oh. So this isn't actually going to work. Funny story, I actually implemented this one, copy to clipboard. Like not the actual as PNG, but just this button, like menu item. That has been my contribution to Excalidraw. But wow, that sucks. Do we have to? We have to dive into the source code for this. Do we have to do some crazy stuff to? Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! We'll have to clone this to more effectively find what we're looking for. Okay, so what are we looking for? We're looking for the export to. So this is the thing we are using. But I hope that it's the PNG thing that we just have to find the PNG thing. Action export. Save scene. Save as JSON. Where do they have that? Packages? Let's try to search for it. PNG. There we go. Await canvas to blob. Oh, we need access to the actual canvas. So where is this? This is in clipboard. Okay. So that's one thing. And here we have the blob. Okay. Canvas to blob, data blob. Okay, maybe I can grab that. Blob, blobbity blob. Canvas to blob. Okay, so I think that's the thing we actually want, but we need access to the canvas. Do I have direct access to the canvas? This problem will be with APIs as rendered. This will be when you want some action on the host app. Once this for this work, you'll have to pass the ref as shown here. I could we can log out the ref, maybe. Let's see, ref has a ready promise, and that maybe that gives us access to something. Okay, at least we're getting somewhere. So let's just take a look here. Let's just do use effect. We're going to log out a little bit here. So console.log Excalidraw ref current. Let's see what this says. Null. Okay. I find that weird. Why is it null? Oh. I guess they have to do something like this, or there we go. Okay, so here we actually have the stuff. Let's try to wait for the ready promise. I guess I can just do this. Excalidraw ref current ready promise. Then what do you say? Nothing. What the fuck? Hello. Oh, that is really. There's so many things I don't. I'm really sorry, but there's so much great work done on Excalidraw, but this consumable, the way you consume this thing is. I'm meeting so many weird things that I don't expect. Why isn't this ready promise giving me anything? Oh, maybe it's the same. It just gives the same thing. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't seem like I have access to the actual underlying canvas here, which sucks. But I could probably just grab it, right? It's called canvas, ID canvas. Okay, so let's try that. Let's see what happens. So if I were to, okay, let's see now if I'm able to actually import this blob thing. Import, where was it? It was in, what was it called? Canvas to blob. It was in the data blob from Excalidraw. Oh. Okay, let's just see if we actually get it. Probably not. Does the file exist? Of course not. And this is, well, oh, can I just do that? Oh, wow, this is interesting. Okay, let's just copy this canvas to blob. Let's create, I usually have like a utils file. Let's just do this. New canvas error. Don't care about that. Reject new error. Unable to create blob. Yeah, because this isn't, there's nothing special about how that works. It actually just produces, yeah, we just grab the canvas and then we create a blob. Canvas to blob. So we should be able to, if we, okay, we had this image here. Let's do a button again and just to try it, test it. On click. Well, actually, oh, this is interesting. Yeah, let's try this first. Canvas to blob document query selector canvas as HTML canvas. Let's draw something here. Bloop. Oh, it's a promise, of course. Yeah, there we have the blob. And this blob, Let's see. Okay, this is going to work. Blob, data, blob, canvas to blob. Where is it being used? Clipboard. Oh, that was to the, yeah, we need this as well. That's a piece of code we need. Let's just put it here for now. And how do I go from JS blob to base 64? Oh, you need the whole shebang here. Let's see. Yes, so we need that as well. Blob to base 64. It's also async blob. Promise. Let's see. This should. Okay, this needs. Okay, we don't need async here. We just need to return a new promise. Resolve, reject. Blah 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 blah. Resolve, read the result. What's interesting about this is that it's async. Yeah, this is going to. Yeah, this is interesting because it kind of complicates the state machine a little bit. Yeah, and then reader on R. Reject. Enable to create base 64. Okay, so now we have what we need. The challenge now though is that whenever it's done syncing, we want to create a base 64 out of it. So first we need to go to blob and then to base 64, but we want to abort it. Like what I mean is, let's see here. So we're moving into syncing and then syncing moves back into edit. So before we actually do sync success here, we want to also produce the image. Yeah, we want to produce the image here, and then that will be part of the sync success. We'll have the base 64 and the blob. Okay, so, and then the question is, okay, so we need to do the same for loading success. We have to, yeah. Okay, so when we are in edit mode, we should also have the blob and we should have the base 64 format. And that means when we have a loading success, we should pass the blob and the base 64 format. And the same goes for sync success. Let's see how this looks now. So when we have blob base 64, yeah, and then change the text handler. Elements, app state. Let's see, current context. This also needs to have the blob and the base 64, I guess. What is this missing? Oh, dirty. Okay, so when we're dirty, do we then have access to the blob and the base64? Let's not. Let's rather do image blob. Let's do it like this instead. And then let's call it image. Excalidraw image. Image. Okay, so the question is, when we're in edit and dirty and syncing dirty, like we don't really want, we only want this image to be available when we are in edit mode. Which is why I wonder why this doesn't work. What does it actually say? Change the text. Type is missing the following properties from type. This is confusing. This code is confusing. This create change detect handler. I'm not sure if it makes any sense. Yeah, I think we're going to change this again. As changed Excalidraw. As changed scene. And this is going to take data, and isn't that right? No, that's callback. What do we need? We need, no, we do need this. Excalidraw data, and then we need current context version, and then it gives, yeah, I think this is correct. And then we need to run this. Elements, and then we just return this. App state. What the hell? What was this? So this is current context app state. This is so annoying. Wait, we should have the version here. Because we do store this. Don't we store this in the on the server as well? I'm doing something wrong with the way I structure this. If we don't store it, I think we should store it. That would make things way easier. So if we do this instead, so whenever we have an Excalidraw, yeah, that makes a ton more sense. Yeah, this cleans it up nicely. Okay. So what we're going to have here is has changed scene. I think we're just going to have all data, new data. Let's just make this work the way we want it to work. So all data.version is not new data.version. If all data upstate, all data, sorry, new data. Okay, so when we do this, we're not going to return. Yeah, we already have get scene version here. But this will now already be on the Excalidraw data. Right? Yeah. So we don't need to create a version on loading success because we already have that in the database. Nice. What's this complaining about now? Okay, image. Yes. So when we load, we actually want to create the image. And we can just create a function for it. Create Excalidraw. Let's do has changed Excalidraw. Yeah, now so yeah, so that's the thing. Like on loading success, we should just get the image here. That's the thing. There we go. Sorry. Because that's part of loading it, is creating that image. And then we don't have this crazy create detect. Let's just write this again, where we so we do get something in here. We get, okay, this is all broken now. And then we have current context. So basically what we want to do, we want to check if it has actually changed. So we can do has changed Excalidraw. If it has changed, we want to just return this. Oh yeah, that was the thing. Oh, god damn it. Oh, we're so deep into refactor here. This is the thing is we need to create a new data first. That's the thing. But could that also be part of change detected? So we have a change detected here, app state. What if we produce a new on the change detected, we actually create a new version. And when we do has changed Excalidraw, we actually don't need, we can say omit author. We do not care about the author. Well, we can rather say pick Excalidraw. What's it called? Well, let's just, I think it's better to be explicit about this. All data, new data. So on change detected, this is where we actually create a version. get scene version elements, right? So now we have everything we need there. So when we go back up here now, we actually have everything we need here. New data. So this has changed Excalidraw. It takes the current context data and the new data. Cool. This is, now we're getting somewhere. So now if it has changed, we don't need version here. What are you complaining about now? I really hate that they haven't fixed this. Author, property author is missing. Oh yes. So this would be new data, author would be current context data author. Kind of annoying, this author. But anyways, this is the correct way to do it. And then we are just going to copy this. Change detected. And this is just going to be syncing dirty instead. And then sync success, there's no version here. Yeah, so here we actually need to, this is interesting. This is where we need to create the image as well. So we need to return, oh fuck. This isn't going to work. God damn it. God damn it. Oh, this is so complicated because we have to actually add the data so it's drawn to the canvas before we can actually draw the canvas. Draw the image. So it's different, like loading success. This is just insane. Oh, God damn it, this is so complicated. So we can't give you the image on loading success because we depend on the canvas to actually draw the image, which means we need to move into edit mode first. So that means we are in this state where the initial state of edit doesn't have the image. But there's a different state of edit that actually has the image. But this is it, like this is what it helps us with. It helps us identify the states. So we have, we can call it loaded, where we have the Excalidraw data, but we don't have the image yet. So what syncs loading success actually moves us into, why didn't it pop up loaded? Do I already have loaded? Oh, that's weird. Anyways, so this loading, loaded, and I think this is going to cause like a change detected. But this is actually just going to move us into the, well, how is this going to work? Because now, no, we're going to have a side effect here. So when unloaded, we are going to have an action that gives us the image, and that moves us into edit state. Huh. And then there's this scenario, what if we, like, so if we are loaded, we're going to render the Excalidraw, because we have to do that to go and grab the canvas data. But we shouldn't actually change anything there. And that's kind of where things is really bad now, because we can control that. Like we can this is so complicated. How are we going to do this? And we need to wait for the Excalidraw to be ready as well. The easiest thing would be to just have like loaded here, render Excalidraw, and that will, like when we what are you complaining about? Oh yeah. Because what we depend on now is that, okay, so it does do, I think it's okay. Like it's technically fragile because we move into a loaded state where we render the Excalidraw, where we might make some changes. And since the loaded state doesn't deal with changes, or does it? No, it doesn't. Because what we're going to do is that when we get a change detected on loaded, or should we use the edit? No. God damn it, this is difficult. This is insanely difficult. Oh, I have a meeting at 10, which I'm excited for, but yeah, I hope that I will get this done. But I underestimated the complexity of this. Oh. How are we going to do this? So loading success, we can't have, there's no image there. It really annoys me, the typing. I have to fix that. You shouldn't be able to add properties. Like you have to be specific about the properties that need to be added to that state. Like it yells at you if you have a lack of properties, but it doesn't yell at you if you add additional properties, which I find curious. But okay, so we have loaded, but then we have to wait for Excalidraw to actually render before. So do we need yet another state? Do we need like an initialized state? And when it's initialized, that's where we get the image. Okay, so we could say that on loaded. Yeah. Yeah, okay, this makes more sense. So when we are loaded, it will run Excalidraw, right? And that means that we are going to create a callback inside the Excalidraw thingy. So when it's initialized, we're going to move it into edit. And we do get the image here, but we depend on the current context to give it the data, and then we have image. Cool. Okay, this is going to work. So what we're going to do is inside our Excalidraw canvas, we need a new, not on change, but on initialized, which is just callback. And we're going to use effect. Let's see, Excalidraw ref current. What was it? Ready promise, then on initialized. Cool. So here we are going to say on initialized. We are going to dispatch, oops, what do we call it? Excalidraw dispatch type initialized, but we also need to create the image. So we need to do that first. I wonder if we can. No, we should do it here. Okay. So we have create. Didn't I create that function? Oh. Create Excalidraw image. Where did all the blobs and the stuff go? Oh, that sucks. Okay, so this is going to return an Excalidraw image. Well, a promise of an Excalidraw image. And what it needs, it doesn't really need anything. We're just going to canvas blob and then blob to base64. Const canvas is document query selector canvas. And then we are going to, we can make this async actually. And then the blob would be canvas to blob, canvas, HTML canvas element. And then base64 would be a blob to base64. Hey. Oh, wait. And then we're going to return the blob and the base64. Oh. Promise of string. To string. There we go. Okay. So what we can do now when we initialize is that we can do create Excalidraw image. Now the problem here is that we could like technically move to a different so we're doing something async here, and that's like not ideal. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so what we're doing now is that we load up the Excalidraw from the server, and then we draw the Excalidraw here loaded. But this will be the first time we draw it, which means that the Excalidraw component will trigger this onInitialized, where we create the image and say that now we are initialized. Which now moves us into the edit state with the data and the image. So now we're in proper edit mode. So when we're in edit mode, we always have the image, right? That's the point. Let's see. Okay, so we have a change detected. Now we have a sync success. And this should also have the image now, right? This is the updated image. Cool. Yes, so when we, so this is the tricky thing now, I think. Loading success, is this missing? Image is missing. Loading success, this should not have the image anymore. But sync success always needs the image. So this is where we're going to say okay, let's try this. Create Excalidraw image, then image, dispatch image. Okay. So technically, if we are, I think I can flip this. So if we are, if state is edit, then we show the button. If not, we are loading. Everything probably breaks now. This is going to be interesting, right? Because I did a lot of refactoring now. Like I didn't update once. The question is, okay, I still get the image, which is great. Yeah, now the question is, now I should be able to show the image here. So we should be able to say source we should have image here as well. No. Syncing dirty. Let's call it context instead. And then we're going to say context.data. If context.state, then we have context image base 64. Should it not? I think I need some logging here. it called? Excalidraw context. It's just so that I can see. Oh, it's Excalidraw doesn't trigger the initialized. Why doesn't it do that? Maybe it is ready by that time. I don't know. What? I'm confused. There it's what the loaded. Why isn't this firing? Oh, doesn't this actually... What? Are you serious? Doesn't setting a ref... Oh, they just attach it to the current. OMG. So we actually have to... Oh, this is... I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Because now we actually have to... Or do they have like an on-ready thing? Callback ref. Oh, is it because I'm using... Oh, is this on my side? Excalidraw ref. So I can choose... Oops. I can choose... Oh my god, I have to go to the meeting. Okay, so I can choose. Or I can just Resolvable Promise. Use ref. But doesn't this... yeah, because you just attach current to it. So I would like have to do like a... But then I would... I would have to do like a set timeout or something. Like, I don't know when they attach that thing. I don't know when it's ready. This is very confusing to me. What's the point of a ref if you can't detect when it's added? Isn't it supposed to be there when this use effect runs? No, it's not. It's supposed to be there, right? If you had like an element or anything else than Excalidraw, you will have it here. But because Excalidraw attaches it later, ready. But you're not attaching it synchronously. Like, you're attaching it at some other point in time. So if I were, this is my point. If I were to do like a set timeout here, I will probably have it. Yeah, exactly. Which sucks, right? Like, I don't know if this will always work. Maybe there's some asynchronous work happening under the scene, or is it always this way? Do I always get it there? God damn it. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, but anyways, let's just do this. Bad hack. Why do we not have the ref here already? Okay, but this is good. Now we're getting image component, so we can check what do we actually have on the context image. We have a base 64. Oh, is it me? Let's see. Where's the image? Where are you, image? There we are. Yeah, of course. Okay, so now there should be like an image there of the. Let's see. Yeah, we kind of have to set like a width. Let's just set something now. So like 100 height. Like this should be. This also adds some complexity because this should like be. Oh, yeah. There we are. Yeah, there we have it. Maybe I don't have to do this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have to do that. Cool. So now we have the actual image there. So if I were to change something here now. Yeah, cool. Okay, so it's working. We'll have to finish this tomorrow. Make it a little bit nicer, but at least it's working. That's awesome. So the point is, like, you draw here, when it's saved, you can just click this and paste it wherever you want. That's awesome. That's awesome. Cool. And yeah. Okay. Well, I have to stop now, but thanks for following along. And then tomorrow we got through the worst parts here now. We were able to properly identify our different states, and we actually got the image up and running. Let's remove this log thing. And yeah, I'm happy about the code there. The only thing is I have no idea why Excalidraw bad back hack. Do we not have the ref here already? Yeah, so that's the only thing. I guess we can like. But I don't understand. Refs, aren't they supposed to? Aren't you supposed to know when they're being added? No, maybe you're not supposed to know that. They're just supposed to be there. So if I were to add like a ref to an element, that it would be there. But I don't understand what they mean by this thing. Ref. Like they say here that you can do, or you can say resolvable promise. What's a resolvable promise? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Okay, let's just do this quickly. No, I have to stop. I have a meeting. This is bad. Anyways, we're going to, okay, so they say that you can put a special value inside the ref. So they will call resolve when it's done. And when we do that, we can maybe do some like internal rendering or something. Well, not internal rendering. We'll call the onInitialize, of course. Yes. Okay, anyways, that's it for now. And we'll fix this tomorrow. Okay, bye.